What's going on, my trainer club? We have a new PvP system that was announced this morning through Twitter from Pokemon Go app, and I am going to help you break down what the new details are as far as what has come out for the Pokemon Go PvP new feature in Pokemon Go. So let's check out all of this cool stuff. Welcome to the trainer club, guys. Here we go. I really want to hear what you guys have to think about this PvP and the new league breakdown. So please drop a comment and let me know what you think. Are you excited? Do you plan to use this? And is it going to be effective for your gameplay? All right, guys, so earlier we got a leak of this photo that looks like a trainer with an exclamation point over their head that is going to be the challenger, and you are standing in the challenge or place. So you are looking at challenging another trainer for PvP, which is a long-awaited and highly anticipated feature that Pokemon Go has promised since the beginning and has wanted to do. So this is very exciting stuff for all of us in the Pokemon Go YouTube and world of trainers. So let's check out the next feature, because literally when this came out, I was wondering, how is this going to help the trainers that, number one, maybe haven't been playing as long, or how will it encourage you to use a bunch of different type of Pokemon? Because if you have a CP Tyranitar, and even if you go in against a good counter, but maybe the CP of that Pokemon is under 2,000, there's a good chance that the Tyranitar will still win just because of the raw power that that guy has. And likewise, legendary versus a non-legendary Pokemon. So this came out today, which was a screenshot of the different leagues that are available, which I think is a really cool and unique way to implement PvP to encourage trainers to use Pokemon that are outside of just the really high CP dominant attackers that we have in the game right now, which most of them are taken by legendaries and the pseudo legendaries that we have out there, such as Dragonite. So if you check this out, we have the Great League, which is Pokemon CP max of 1,500. So if you're in this league, you're going to be battling with Pokemon that have a max CP of 1,500, which is a great league, hence the name Great League, for people that are newer to the game or for people that have Pokemon that really just love to battle the lower CP guys. And there's a lot of those out there. And the second one is going to be the Ultra League, which is a max CP of 2,500. This Ultra League is great for the second tier Pokemon that may not be the premium or the A-list, but maybe the B-list attackers in the game, or just Pokemon that you really have a great time fighting with, such as for myself, like a Blastoise would fit well into this category, and other Pokemon like that, because we really like these Pokemon. They don't really get into that premier type Pokemon attacker to be able to battle with and be effective with. So obviously you don't want to go into a battle and lose. So the Ultra League would be a great place for taking your Pokemon that have a CP range of 1,500 to 2,500, preferably up towards the 2,500 to be able to battle. And then the Master League is basically the no holds bar league that you are going to be able to battle every single type of Pokemon and just have a max type of Pokemon league in there, which would include potentially the legendaries, the pseudo legendaries, the Dragonites, the Tyranitars, the Salamence and Metagross and Pokemon like that are really just way up there in the CP and can really do a lot of damage, because this is the league that you have no limits. So you can use your strongest, most powerful, and each league will have a unique set of features because you are going to have to pick Pokemon that are going to be able to be utilized and have a good diverse ability to be able to fight against these other Pokemon that you may be going up against. And this is actually Pokemon Go tweeting that the high CP might be a big advantage in the Master League, but trainers will have to think more strategically when in the Great and Ultra Leagues, which I think is a great effect that they're putting on in this game to really encourage the use of all Pokemon, because right now it's a very heavy use of the high CP guys. It's not very encouraging to use the low CP guys, because if you go into a legendary battle with a low CP guy, you are just going to get taken out. You're not going to do a lot of damage. You're not going to get the raid balls. So it's really not that advantageous for you right now. So here's an example of the Great League party. So it looks like we're going in with parties of 3 rather than 6 from the typical game. So we're using 3 Pokemon. As in this one, we have an Altaria, we have a Sableye, and we have an Azumarill, and they're all in the Great League because they're below 1,500, so you're not able to select. So I would assume that when you go in to select these battle parties, when you go ahead and set them up, it's literally just going to say that only the 1,500 Pokemon are going to be available. Just as if you go to trade and you've already done your special trade, only the 1,500 Pokemon will be available for you to select. Good amount of diverse ability here, which is a good party. And then if we go ahead and look at the Ultra League. This is for Pokemon with max CP of 2500. So we can use the Torterra, we can use the Togekiss, and we can use the Espeon here, all strategically placed with their power-up CPs just below 2500. So not only will you be able to strategize which Pokemon and typing you pick, but you're also going to be able to strategize and power up Pokemon to a certain level to be able to use that Pokemon in this Ultra League, because if it goes over 2500, it's considered the next league, which is going to be the Master League, which is going to be quite a bit harder. So the developer notes here is that when designing trainer battles, we wanted to create an experience that everyone can enjoy, which means that we're going to be able to have a bunch of different trainers at a bunch of different levels, be able to battle each other. So for myself, I'm almost 4 times to 40. If somebody's a new player, I can just play them in the Great League potentially, and we can both have a fair battle in that regard. So it's a great diversibility there. And then if we want to go against, high level Pokemon, because we've been playing for a while, we can go ahead and go into the Master League and use just some of our highest, most strategically powered up guys that we possibly can. So this was really one of the biggest issues that I first thought of when I saw that PvP battle. Like, what is going to happen when we have these Pokemon, like Blastoise that I really want to use, but if we're only battling against one league where everybody has the same CP, if I put a Blastoise in there and somebody comes through with a Tyranitar, even though Blastoise may be effective against Tyranitar, since his CP is going to be so high, it may not even matter that he's weak to him because it's going to do a lot of damage regardless. So that's one thing that I've always been curious about, and I'm really happy that they're implementing it this way so that we can take advantage of all the different types of Pokemon rather than having to rely strictly on the same Pokemon we've been using for all of the raid battles. So I think this is great, and they are going to be tuning us in more frequently. I would assume that this PvP may be launching in beta coming up in middle to end of December, because they have announced that there's a big feature coming up, and I think that is where this is going. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for all of the updated latest Pokemon news. Make sure to slap that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that when I put out new videos, you will be the first person to hear about it, and you can share it with all your friends, which makes you look like the better trainer. So thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you being a part of the Trainer Club.